India Today TV, along with 70 other news channels, is a proud member of the News Broadcasters Association since 2007. We strictly follow the code of ethics and guidelines issued by NBSA. Beware of unregulated channels.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's play!
You're watching Lights Camera Cricket. I am Sushant Mehta. First up, Anushka Sharma lashed out at the legend. Former India captain Sunil Gavaskar after Gavaskar mentioned Anushka and Virat's practice session while doing commentary for the IPL. Here's what Gavaskar has to say on the controversy. This is an India Today exclusive.
I've got Sunil Gavaskar with me, Sunny Bhai. There is a big controversy brewing, especially in the social media domain, where you have been accused of sexism. And this is based on a piece of commentary that yesterday you and Akash Chopra were on air for the host broadcaster, where you were talking about practice. I want to play that little commentary piece for my viewers so that you can also comment on it. So if we can first both hear it.
और वो बड़े चाहते हैं कि जितनी वो प्रैक्टिस करे उतनी उसी से तो वो बेहतर बन सकते हैं, वो जानते हैं. अब जो लॉकडाउन था तो सिर्फ अनुष्का की बॉलिंग की प्रैक्टिस की उन्होंने वो दिखाई, वीडियो देखिए, इससे तो कुछ नहीं बनना है.
And I'm going to ask Sunny Bhai, we both heard the piece. I want to ask you, what exactly did you mean? Because you have now been accused of sexism, that you are actually dragging Anushka Sharma into this whole piece for Virat Kohli's failures. It has blown into a really big controversy, unnecessarily perhaps. Your views?
Well, as you can hear from the commentary, Akash and I, we were doing commentary at that stage for the Hindi channel. And Akash was talking about the fact that there has been very little chance for any proper practice in the lockdown for everybody. And that has actually, shown in the rustiness of some of the players in their first matches. Say, Rohit didn't strike the ball well. Now in the second match, he's got runs. MST didn't strike the ball well in the first game. Virat also didn't strike the ball. I mean, most of the batsmen have because of the lack of practice. And so that was the point that was being made. And that is what I said, that Virat also has had no practice. And the only practice that they had was when they were filmed with Anushka, them playing in their building compound, and Anushka was bowling to him. So that's what I said. That's the only bowling. I've not used any other word. It's a bowling that she was bowling to him. That's all. Where am I blaming her? Where am I being sexist in this? I'm just only stating what was seen on the video, which was maybe recorded by somebody in the neighboring buildings and put up. That's the only thing I'm doing. That I'm only stating. But the point I'm trying to make is that there was no practice for anybody, including Virat, in the lockdown. The whole thing was to try and say that because of the lack of practice is why a lot of them are struggling to get going straight away. That's all. I've not been sexist. I mean, if somebody has interpreted it, what can I do?
Sunny Bhai, Anushka in her Instagram post has also sort of written at length. She calls you a legend of the game, which you are, talks about the gentleman's game and says time and again she has been used as a punching bag for her husband's failures. And she's really disappointed, hurt and upset, and use the word hurt because it's coming from Sunil Gavaskar. Your thoughts on that? Because, it's a fairly detailed Instagram post which has now gone viral from her.
Well, I mean, firstly, I would like to say again, where am I blaming her? I'm not blaming her. I'm only saying that the video said that she was bowling to Virat. So Virat has only played that bowling in this lockdown period. It's a tennis ball, fun game that, people have to pass time during the lockdown, so that's all. So where am I blaming her for Virat's failures? I mean, look, you know me, I'm the one who has always, batted for wives going with husbands on tours. I'm the one who has always said that a normal, a guy going to office for a 9-to-5 job, when he comes back, married guy, when he comes back home, he comes back to his wife. Similarly, cricketers, when they go out on a tour, or even when they're playing domestically at home, why can't they have their wives with them? Because after their working hours are over, they have got to get back to the wives like every other common man does. So I'm not blaming her. I mean,
And
I took
you
my
have,
wife.
in fact,
I took my,
Sanjay, you have been exactly. I was saying that you have taken your wife on tour multiple
Exactly.
times, and you stand. I mean, can we get this clear once and for all that you have stood for wives traveling, you have stood for gender equity, you have stood for the women's game. But it is also true that in the past, Anushka has been dragged into controversy. So maybe that is something that is always going to, be playing in the back of our mind. That is why I want your version out, so that there is no misunderstanding between you, Virat, and Anushka. So I want you to state that very clearly.
well, I'd like her, Virat, to listen to that piece again and tell me where is the blame? Where am I blaming her? I'm not blaming her. I'm only saying that what I saw on the video, and millions would have seen, millions who are Virat and Anushka's fans would have seen that clip of them playing down there. So that's all I said, that during this lockdown, Virat Kohli has had no chance to go out and practice in the nets. And while I might not have used the words nets and all that, that was what I was saying, that the only bowling that he's faced is Anushka's bowling. For people to have twisted my words, put words in my mouth is something that I can't control. But like I said, look, let me also tell you that, people who do commentary with me, every time Virat has scored 100, every time he's got a double 100, every time he's got runs, in the commentary box, and you can check with my commentators, I turn down and I ask them, where are all those guys who are blaming Anushka? Where are all those guys now? Are they going to give her credit now that he has got a double 100, that he's got 100? I'm the one who does that. So for Anushka to think that I'm blaming her, I'm really, I'm baffled that why she should think so. She should, in fact, I request her to, and Virat, to listen to that clip again, because that certainly wasn't the intention.
Let's talk cricket now. Match 7 of the IPL and the future champs are back. No, not the Chennai Super Kings, but the Delhi Capitals. Yes, you know who I'm rooting for, Shreyas Iyer and Delhi. But today, they will be tested against the greatest Indian skipper, perhaps of all time, MS Dhoni. So let's get started with the key battles which will decide this heated contest between Delhi and Chennai. It's Shreyas Iyer first up, the battle of the captains, Shreyas Iyer versus MS Dhoni. Now Dhoni's game awareness and decision making is just off the charts. As you know, he's by far incomparable as a leader, but there is a big question mark, Vikrant, over his batting. He does not seem confident at the moment.
Well, if he's not confident of his own game, of his own batting, that's a hindrance to Chennai's progress. And precisely the reason you said champions, not Chennai Super Kings, but Delhi Capitals. Because Delhi Capitals is a young side, led by a young captain. So Shreyas Iyer is one for the keeps. He's got that leadership quality, and he also is very aware of his game and that of his team. The problem with Dhoni now is, I think he's circumspect of his own game.
Yeah.
Rather than being overconfident of his own ability, which would work for Chennai, he's underconfident, which will, I think, hinder Chennai's progress. He's got to decide what's the best combination, which he will. But where does he bat and how does he bat?
That's the big question.
Where does he bat and how does he bat?
Question.
I mean, the last game, Sushant, I'm not saying that if Dhoni had come up, they would have still won. Maybe not, but if you've got a Dhoni or a Jadeja in the house, why do you want to have them at number 6 and number 7 or 7 and 8, in fact?
7 and 8.
You know, we know his lucky number is 7, but he doesn't need to bat at 7.
Would you want Dhoni at number 4 or number 5?
See, regardless of the number, I think he should be there at the completion of 10 overs. It could be 9th over, it could be 11th over. But if the overs are running out, you would need a Dhoni. I would have ideally wanted him to open when Raina was there. But chalo, if Raina is not there, still number 4, number 5, certainly not number 7. And we want the Dhoni of old. You know, somehow I felt when he retired and the IPL was to begin, we thought that the monkeys, there's no pressure, he'll come, he'll enjoy his game. On the contrary, I think he's wanting to live up to his legacy. I read Sanjay Manjrekar's column, very good piece, where he said that since Dhoni is aware of his own challenges, that is why he's not pushing himself. I don't agree to that. I think if Dhoni limits his own self, then who'll take care of the team?
Right.
Who'll take care of the team?
Exactly. I want to see Dhoni at number 4, but enough about Dhoni. Vikrant, let's talk about Shreyas Iyer. Last time around, Delhi Capitals were reeling at 3 for 13. This man walks in, cool as a cucumber, makes 39 very important runs, then captains the side, wins that super over game when the pressure was really, really on. Shreyas Iyer.
Wise head on young shoulders. You know, somebody who can also be a future leader in Indian cricket. And I'm not subscribing to the fact that you make him the India captain. But here is somebody who has that leadership quality. Maybe 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you might look at Shreyas Iyer. But for a young captain to lead Delhi Capitals, and Delhi Capitals has Ajinkya Rahane as the Indian vice captain, who he made to sit out.
Yeah.
You've got Ashwin, you know, another legend in the team. So leading these legends is never too easy, but I think Shreyas Iyer is probably an inch ahead of Dhoni.
I love Shreyas Iyer. By the way, we've got an exclusive shot, a bite from Shreyas Iyer speaking on MS Dhoni.
Yes, he has been a role model for all the cricketers. The way he has, won so many trophies for India. He has led as an example, and especially for us as youngsters, he has showed us how to stay calm in pressure situations and also to, completely hypnotize the bowler the way he does in the death overs. So there are a lot of learnings from him, and I really admire him as a captain. I hope that, in the future, I get to learn a lot of things from him and apply in my game as well.
Well, the next big battle is Shane Watson versus Kagiso Rabada. You can never count out the big Aussie. He has the ability to take the game away from any opposition single-handedly. But Kagiso Rabada has proved more than once actually, that he is a terrifying opponent for any batsman. Remember, in that super over game, Delhi Capitals versus Punjab. Punjab has a frightening lineup of batsmen, but Kagiso Rabada just ripped them apart. 2 runs, 2 wickets, match over. Vikrant, Shane Watson versus Rabada.
That's the big one. If Rabada gets Shane Watson early, it would mean 3 failures for Shane Watson. It would also mean the pressure would be on Faf du Plessis. And as we know, Faf is not somebody who can bat at the strike rate of 150. He'll bat at 125, 130. He can consolidate.
Yeah.
But against Delhi and the kind of batting order that they have, you might need scores in excess of 170, 180. And for that to happen, you would want Shane Watson. Because Shane Watson, if he survives the new ball against Rabada, he can also take on the spinners. Ashwin might play. Yeah. You've got good spinners in their lineup. If Shane Watson stays when the spinners are bowling, then he can score runs. But Rabada, if he gets out an opener and 2, you're gone.
We will continue this discussion. My money is on Rabada. I'm obviously supporting DC, Delhi Capitals today. Time for a short break now. See you after the break. The Maruti Suzuki Espresso stylish player of the day from yesterday's contest. Well, no marks for guessing this one. It's the mighty KL Rahul. 132 not out. Vikrant, 7 sixes, 14 fours. He actually scored 13 runs more than the entire RCB squad put together. They made 109, he made 132.
Ask Virat Kohli if he's happy with the kind of batting that KL Rahul showed us yesterday, or is he very bitter about the 2 dropped catches. KL Rahul on his day, Sushant, is the best batsman in the world.
Amazing.
The most stylish and the most effective. And
I wanted to ask Virat Kohli, by the way, I wanted to ask Virat Kohli, why did he not come at 1 down? I mean, 3rd number?
I find it strange. I find it strange, and this controversy also regarding the time that he spent at the crease. I think Virat would do without these controversies. He should get his team settled. That's it.
Virat, the king, should play at number 3. Well, it's time to wrap it up, but who do you have today? DC?
It has to be Delhi. It has to be Delhi, because Chennai Delhi somehow are in a disarray. If Dhoni takes charge, he goes out and scores the runs himself, Chennai. Otherwise, it's Delhi.
Both of us have the Delhi Capitals winning this match. Let's see what happens. It's going to be a good game, guys. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Same place.
1. Let's play.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.